Why does a woman come back after you break up and beg for your attention and beg to get back with you, and then once she does, she breaks up with you? It's because she was fantasizing about the good times and not about the bad.
The reason why I say that women are delusional is because women don't live in reality, they live in fantasy.
If you want 6 matches, it's $12,000.
And $6,000 is really not enough money to pay a matchmaker to do proper work. And it ended up not working out.
Just to declutter and figure out why I feel so sad.
Of events where I meet like the most gorgeous girls and I'm like, are you single? And they say, yeah. I say the fact that like the most beautiful, successful girls in the world are unable to find like normal, sturdy men.
I'm starting to come to the conclusion that like I may just be single forever.
This is a hot take, but we are gonna be extinct as a species, the women, because every single girl that I've spoken to in the last few months, like gorgeous, amazing, model-esque girls, are having the same issue that the guys that they're talking to, the guys that they're seeing, the guys that they're not even going on dates with because they don't even get to that point, are all struggling with the exact same issue. So if you're going through this, like, I don't want you to think it's you. I go to a ton of events where I meet like the most gorgeous girls and I'm like, are you single? And they say, yeah. I say, you're single? Like, yeah, I can't find a guy. I'm like, how can you not find a guy? Which makes me feel better, but it also makes me feel worse. The fact that like the most beautiful, successful girls in the world are unable to find like normal, sturdy men. They'll either have a date planned with a guy the day of he ghosts them. They'll go on a few dates, like get love bombed like crazy. This guy seems perfect on paper, has his life together, has a job, works out, and he's not ready to commit, but he's like 37. It's like an ongoing theme that's coming up time and time again in my life with every girl that I meet is going through the exact same thing. And I saw Tinks posted about it and she said we're going through a paradigm shift. I don't know what paradigm means, but I felt that. And I fear like we're gonna go extinct as a population. The good men are dying out. And all the ones that are actually good are like, you know, being normal and getting into relationships and like being good. Say if this is happening to you, and I don't want you to take it as like a personal attack on you because I can get like that where I get in my feelings. I'm like, it's never gonna be me. I'll never find someone normal. None of us will. So yeah, there's no hope for us all. And I pray that the men get well soon.
What's happening is sad. I feel sad for you ladies. I gotta tell you why, right? So a lot of guys say, don't feel bad for him, Jay. Don't feel bad for him. But I feel bad for you ladies. Why? Because you play this game like you have all the time in the world. But let me flip that on his head. You don't have all the time in the world. Men have all the time in the world. What started happening is men started realizing they have all the time in the world, right? And why do men realize that? Because men know, like I'll tell you, you look at my age, right? I'm turning 45 this year. I'll be 45 pretty much next month, right? But understand what's happening. Men are getting older. They're keeping themselves in shape. So what happens? You younger ladies, I know a lot of you like to claim or try to claim you don't like older guys, but some of you do. And you know what? Females always want to go for older men. So the fact that you said the guy was 37, I just told you my age. That man has a lot of time. And what's happening is you ladies play games so long. You play this cat and mouse. You play this, I need to get the bag right now. Until I'm 37, that's what's happening. Now you're 37, and men are saying, I don't think so. And who created the date market? You. So this happens.
It's 4:36 because I couldn't sleep around 2:30 that I was gonna take a drive around Joburg just to declutter and figure out what's so sad. Acting on why I feel so fulfilled but also lonely at the same time. I'm fulfilled by the friendships that I have, the spaces that I go to, the things that I do. But when it comes to love or companionship, it just doesn't seem to be locating me. I keep having to suck myself in and out of the idea that he's coming and he might never come because if my last reference of a proper relationship, and things got to give. And if how hard I work, no matter how many things I achieve, it's the one thing I hate, having to walk in at home and realize how empty it is.
See, this is why I feel. Actually, I don't feel bad, but I do feel bad because you ladies are done.
Game over.
I shouldn't be laughing, right? Because I feel bad. I do. But that independent, it's came to a halt. It has. It's not meant for you ladies to do what you're doing. Call me a male chauvinist all you want. I'll be the biggest male chauvinist around. But when the shoe's on the other foot, say if the man was married to you, you'd have him in a courthouse and you'll take everything he owns. That's why, look, I don't understand the man left you with a child, but men are playing their cards right. Having a child with someone and not getting married is the cheat code nowadays. And how has it became the cheat code? Because you ladies are conniving. And for any man that doesn't think so, I'm telling you, man, you go down, you take a look at statistics, and you see what's happening in the real world, live in action, you'll go, wow, this is happening more than we think. Because it truly is. And who else has known for years except for females, right? Because who gives them the play? You see a lawyer that's on, even on TikTok saying, oh yeah, you need to get what you got to get because these men make men look evil. Feminist lawyers are running around. So this is what's happened. You ladies are pushed into a corner now. I want things to change. I want to see things change for the better, but they're not.
Of every one of my top performing videos so that you can understand why women do the things that they do. And it's going to be very blunt, New York style. There's not going to be an explanation to it. Most of them are going to just be short and sweet. But hopefully if you listen to this one video, it clears things up for you. Number one, why do women play a hot and cold game? It's because you are not the one. You are on a roster with her and she is focusing elsewhere, trying to see if somebody else is going to be better for her while getting attention from you. That's it. Number two, why does she take a long time to text you back? Well, two reasons. She either is playing a toxic manipulative game where she knows that if she pulls away that you're going to chase her, and women feel as if men chase, they become more infatuated with them. So that's number one. And number two, you're not doing it for her and she's talking to other people. That's it. That is it. Number three, why does a woman say that she wants to go out with you but then never does? It's because she doesn't want to. The end. Why would she continue to say yes, 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 and then never make time to do it? Because she doesn't want to make time to do it. That's it. Number four, why does a woman watch your Instagram stories or stories in general and then do nothing about it? It is because there's two reasons. Either she wants to stay in the front of your mind so that you're thinking about her and questioning why she's doing those things, or she wants to make sure that your life is exactly the same as she left it.
Take note. Run.
And if you guys haven't gone on a date, or maybe you did one or two times, she's just checking on you, just seeing what's going on, but truly no intention of anything else. I forgot the number I'm on. If a woman comes back to you when you're in a relationship and she pings you a few times, that's only manipulative tendencies. She knows that you are happy in another relationship and she wants to get in the front of your mind so that you can lose some type of feeling or disconnect from the person that you're seeing. She has no intentions of getting back with you, and she'll probably play with you a few times. And then you let go of the girl that you really like, you get back with her, and then she teases you and drops you. Why does a woman come back after you break up and beg for your attention and beg to get back with you, and then once she does, she breaks up with you? It's because she was fantasizing about the good times and not about the bad. So she was thinking about all the things that you guys did together. She was reminiscing.
Wow.
Then she got back with you.
I gotta stop it right there. She's really dropping some gems, right? Men need to listen to her. Like, I gotta find her name. I gotta post her. 1 second. I gotta find her. Let me see. Because you can type in, guys, this is how you find someone. If you see the title like this, what women really think, type that in and you'll probably find this video. And you'll see her, and hopefully she's dropping gems like this every video, because I didn't take a look at that, right? But as far as females saying, oh, I'm having coaching sessions, no good. But as far as females doing this, expose it all, right? Men need to, so there's some men that are watching going, I didn't know that. I'm taking notes. And that's what the role is nowadays. Ladies have to understand, men are taking notes. Men have finally figured out that dark feminine. You ever saw a video like that? Dark feminine show like a woman, like a witch with long fingers. Like, huh? Dark feminine. And that's feminism. With long, like demons. Demons. A lot of these girls are evil. Don't sleep. Be very careful.
And she said, you talk a lot about women being delusional. Can you please explain how women are delusional? The reason why I say that women are delusional is because women don't live in reality. They live in fantasy. So women create this fantasy man in their mind that they want. He has to make $500,000 and drive this car and look like this, but not realizing that they're average. And men who make that type of money don't want y'all. They don't want y'all. And what people don't realize is that you need to have expectations based off of your lane. So for example, y'all want men that would want Lori Harvey, for example, right? But Lori Harvey actually has money. She's actually really rich in real life just based off of Steve Harvey. So the things that men give to her would be equal to a man, you know, helping you pay your bills, or a man helping you pay your debt down, right? It can be on a smaller scale, but it's more realistic for who you are, where you are in life, and being an average woman. So that's the reason why I say women live in delusion, and y'all do. And that's the reason why y'all still single, because y'all looking for this millionaire to come and save you, and he's not saving y'all. Listen to J. Cole. He's not saving you. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved.
They don't want to be saved. Don't save her. They don't want to be saved. Don't save her. Yes, men know this now, right? And you ladies don't want to be saved. Because say if a guy saves you, you don't respect him. Seriously. You know, what guys do is what happens to ladies, they get fake saved and ends up on a roster. And what's that roster? On a roster of pimp. That's back in the days, in the old school. Think about it. That's what they did back then. Then we came into a time when men got mushy. Take it back to the 60s and the 70s. Guys were saving girls, and girls were scared to get saved because they was getting pimped.
Professional matchmaker who charges $5,000 for 3 matches, and that's her cheapest package. Let me tell you what happened when I had a call with her. I've been on the apps for years with 0 success, so I have to take things to the next level unless I want to die alone. So I have been looking.
Wait a minute. Hold up. You've been on the app, and what's been happening on the app? I know you guys know. Working with a matchmaker is the final option to find love. You've let some guys get that kitty. Because what are girls doing on the apps? You guys already saw it. They're swiping on Chad, on Tyrone. And now all those guys do is they're like playing the drums. That's how many they tap it up. And you got the drums played on you, got the beats bit on you, and now you got to call a matchmaker, pay $5,000. I want to hear the story.
Into matchmaking. I have to say, I am not someone that has ever worked with a matchmaker before, because the reality is, like, I've never spent money to find love or a partner. Like, the apps are free, there's the paid version, but I don't want to be paying to find love. Like, I always thought it would happen meeting someone at work, or like, I feel like we live in a culture that tells us, like, you'll find love when you least expect it. Like, we have this kind of romantic view of love that the person is just going to come in at the right time out of nowhere. They're going to show up at our door.
Mm.
And I am 37 and single, and that has not happened. On
That's
top
the
of
age,
that, I've
37.
had really bad experiences on the apps. For example, I have been sexually assaulted by someone that I met on an app, and that was very traumatic. I've been
Be very
ghosted.
careful saying that now.
I've met so many guys that are afraid of commitment. So I find that the guys on dating apps are incredibly low.
You guys got to stop saying that, because a man probably met up with you, pulled his penis out, and you said you sexually assaulted. That's not necessarily, you got to be assaulted. Like, come on now.
Low quality. On top of the fact that, like, I have actual trauma from being on the apps. Like, I don't know if the apps are really safe for women. By the way, I'm trying this face mask by Trilogy. It is a vitamin C glow mask. It feels so nice on the skin. I'll do a reveal at the end so we can see if I have nice, beautiful, glowing skin. And I decided to work with a matchmaker is because it is the one thing that I have
She
not
paid
done.
$5,000.
I have actually heard people having great experience with the matchmaker. For example, I have a friend in LA who worked with a matchmaker, and her very first date, like the first guy that she was set up with, ended up being her husband. Like, can you imagine just meeting one freaking person as opposed to like a million people on the app,
matchmaker,
and then having that person be your husband? Like, the reason it took me so long to start working with a matchmaker is once I started doing the research, ladies, matchmakers are very, very expensive. They are not affordable for like the average person.
Mm-hmm.
So here in the San Francisco Bay Area where I am,
New
at
York,
a
too.
minimum,
New York.
the lower cost options start at...
Guys, I'm about to move back to the West. I'm going to move to New York. Matchmaking. That's where the money is. New York, LA, matchmaking.
$3,000 to $5,000, and you will typically just get 1 to 3 matches. So it's like $1,000 a match. That is insane. That is very, very expensive. And so I will say the one thing that I'm a little ambivalent about is I am not rich. I am not a millionaire. So matchmaking comes across as something that's only for people who are very financially privileged. Matchmaking does appear like something that's just not for the average person that does not have thousands of dollars to just throw away looking for love. I just have to say, like, it's not very romantic to pay to find love. Like, working with a matchmaker and telling her everything that I'm looking for and paying thousands of dollars is just not romantic. I have to be honest. There's that part of me that always wanted, like, that love story from the movies where you just meet someone and it felt magical. And I'm 37 now, so the chances of that happening is like basically 0%. So I ended up talking with a matchmaker this morning for an initial consultation, and she said some really interesting things. So she said that 5% is the success rate for dating apps, which is incredibly, incredibly low. And honestly, not surprising, because most people on dating apps are just not legitimate people. And she said that with matchmaking, they verify everyone's background. They even do like income verification. Isn't that wild? She was like, oh, like, if you want a guy that makes like 200K or 300K, like, we can verify his income for you. And I'm like, I'm not the girl that, like, money is not the most important thing in the world, but that's just crazy that they verify all these little things. So with the consultation, she asked me questions about, like, what are the qualities that I'm looking for in a man? What type of relationship am I looking for? Do I want somebody with kids or somebody who doesn't have kids? Just all the really specific details. You go ahead and create a profile with them, going over every little thing that you're looking for, like the qualities that you're looking for in someone. Do you want someone who's caring, who has humor? Do you want someone that makes a certain amount of money? And obviously on the apps, it's very difficult to vet for that. So they do that vetting for you, which I think makes things a lot easier. You also create a profile with like your own photos, a little bit about yourself and what you're looking for. So you have a profile, and then they put you in a database, and that's how they vet and match people. To be honest, like, my first initial impression with talking with a matchmaker, it kind of sounds like it's very similar to like a recruiter matching people for jobs. Like, what's your resume? Give me your photos. What are you looking for? And let me match someone who has those same qualities and is looking for the same thing. It felt very like professional and not very romantic. But at this point in my life, I'm really running out of options. And I do think it definitely sounds like a much better option than like a dating app, because I love that people are like, their backgrounds are actually verified. Because y'all, people on these dating apps, like, they're like serial killers on there, you know? And it's like, no. So at the very end of the consultation, she goes over the price. And when I did my research, this specific matchmaking service is considered one of the most affordable in the San Francisco Bay Area. And guess how much it costs? The cheapest package was $5,000 for just 3 matches.
Wow.
In my head, my jaw dropped. And my first thought was like, am I willing to spend $5,000 to find love? First of all, girl, I am not rich. I don't have $5,000 to just throw away. So right now, I'm in a place of just, I'm thinking about it. It's a huge financial investment. And the reality is, like, there's no guarantee, you know, and it's just 3 matches. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you guys pay $5,000 for a matchmaker? And this is considered an affordable option. I am going to do some research and see if there's anybody that's like much more affordable. I'm sure there has to be like matchmaking services that are under $3K. My budget was between $1 to $2K. But so far it looks like this is one of the more affordable options, which is not even affordable. I will say that when she went over how expensive matchmaking is, I now understand why it is not an option for most people. And most people don't end up using matchmakers because it's just not affordable. And dating apps are free. So, you know, that's why dating apps are the most popular way for people to meet. I'm in a place of just being confused. I'm taking in the information. I haven't made a final decision yet, but if you guys have any advice, have you used a matchmaker? Was it worth, like, did you find love? Is it worth $5,000? Oh, this is one part I didn't say. So $5,000 was the cheapest package for 3 people, 3 matches. If you want 6 matches, it's $12,000.
Can't make this up.
Like, I could buy a car with that money. Like, at this point, I'm definitely going to look into other matchmaking services in the Bay Area that are maybe more affordable. I unfortunately have not deleted my apps. I want to delete them ASAP, but I do want to keep them as a potential option. I don't want to go on regular dates on the apps, maybe like once every couple months. But if anyone has used a matchmaker or you know an affordable one, please let your girl know. I'm out here in the trenches. I'm gonna die alone. Like, please help me. I had this trilogy mask on for 15 minutes. Let's go ahead and remove it. Oh my god, my skin looks nice and glowy, and I am ready to meet my future husband with this glowing, beautiful skin. What do you guys think?
Wow. You know what's wild? She's considering it. But there are ladies out there very well paying it and paying even more than 5,000, because it's gotten to that time. But you gotta think about it, right? You're 37, and a lot of these ladies don't think about it. You probably don't have. You definitely don't have as many eggs as you think you have, right? You see ladies trying to freeze their eggs, and the doctor going, "There's no eggs to freeze," and she hasn't came to that realization yet, but it's gonna happen. And the ladies paying more than that, actually, forget about talking about it. I'm going to show it. Let's get into the next one.
Funny you should say that, because I actually have paid people to find me dates before. I was probably, I think, 31 when I tried this, but essentially it is called matchmaking. That is exactly what recruitment is, except for love purposes. And just like in any other financial dealing, there is a cash transaction that needs to happen. Cash being like money, not like actual cash, but like you do have to pay for the service. It's not free. So what happens is you go to these recruitment services, essentially, which are called matchmakers. And this is a very fascinating industry because it can go as high as 6 figures for like the billionaires who want to find dates, as low as the few thousands for like the little people like me that have like, you know, $1 million, and we're just like kind of like small players. We're not ready to shell out $200,000 for like a matchmaker, but we're happy to spend $6,000. So that's the service that I paid for. I gave this lady $6,000, and she essentially sold me the dream of how she was going to hook me up with all these dudes that she was like going to procure for me. She was going to go and like hunt them down at bars and interview them and be like, yo, are you going to like my girl? And then show them my picture and like serious matchmaking, selling the dream stuff. And then after I gave her the $6,000, because it was like a legitimate matchmaking service that had some success. And look, you're never going to find the right information on these matchmaking services because everyone will share their own experiences. And it's either it worked or it's like it was awful and they had all these massively terrible dates. Either way, in the price point that I was messing around with, which was just $6,000, you're not going to get really amazing service. Because if you think about it, these are people that are like going about their day, calling up people, trying to just book you dates to make the money and call it a day, right? So how they charge for you in matchmaking is you agree to a certain amount of dates. So in this scenario, it's like, we're going to do a photo shoot for you. We're going to get you a dating coach, and the dating coach is going to talk to you a few sessions to help you date. And then also you're going to get 4 dates out of this. Now you have the right of refusal to say no to these dates if you don't like who we found for you. And essentially, I was just starting out, and 4 dates is just enough dates where it's like, I kind of give you the benefit of the doubt. I kind of told you exactly what I needed. I'm assuming you know how to do your job. I mean, how bad can these 4 dates be? I will tell you that the 4 dates were bad enough that I was like, wow, I probably could have found better guys on my own on the internet. And $6,000 is really not enough money to pay a matchmaker to do proper work. And it ended up not working out, and I'm just not going to throw any more money at it. I ended up finding my hubby on Hinge on the free plan.
For almost 2 years now, and I'm starting to come to the conclusion that like I may just be single forever because the men that I've run across are just, it's not it. It's not it for me. And I feel like a lot of it is society's fault. Like everything is so like hyper sexual nowadays, and like I can't stand for like an overly lustful man to talk to me. Like it's such a turn off for me. And I think part of that is because I'm just not that type of woman that's like out there like sleeping around.
Yeah. You're going to have a hard time, right? Because I got to tell you how like it is. Like some ladies are actually giving it up the first date and getting married. And why is that? Because they're not wasting a man's time. They're giving it up and they're reciprocating. Yeah. There's ladies out there like that. They're like, I like it just like you, and I like you, and I want you, and we'll show you that. And the man's like, oh, wait a minute. She gave me some and then bought me some Jordans. Like, that right there does something to him, especially if he's a giver himself, right? Then it's a relationship. But let her keep talking. You know, because you look at the lady that just said she paid $6,000, it didn't work. She found a man on Hinge. You know, for everybody is different, right? Most ladies, maybe she wasn't on Hinge looking up guys just because they're handsome, right? Maybe she wasn't choosing that way, but most ladies are. But let's continue.
Like I actually have to have like a connection with someone to lay up with them, like for real. And I can't just do like that whole like first night, like we gonna link, or you know, one night stands. Like that's not me. And I feel like that's a lot of what happens. And if they're not like hypersexual, then a lot of what I see is that they just want to brag and boast about their money and the cars that they drive and how much jewelry they have, and they think that money is what is going to impress me, and it does not. It doesn't. Let's talk about your family values. Let's talk about your career goals. Let's talk about religion. Like, what's your relationship with God like? What books have you read lately? What hobbies do you have that are healthy hobbies that are helping to elevate you in life? Like, that's the kind of stuff that really impresses me. And I just feel like what I'm seeing is not it. And the fact that I have been single for so long, it's like, it's not even other people that you have to compete with. Like, you are literally competing with the fact that my life is peaceful, and I have come to a point where I've removed a lot of toxicity from my life, and I'm finally at peace, and I'm happy. I'm happy where I'm at. And so I don't need you to come in and make me happy, but you definitely have to add value to what I've already built. And
No. I think a man has to come into your life and make you happy, because it's written all over your face. You don't have to say a word. Just in you talking, I see the unhappiness written all over you. caked up on under all that makeup. It's in your eyes. The twinkling in your eyes is I'm upset. A lot of you ladies, especially the ladies talking in the video, a lot of you are around that same age. Seriously, look at all of them. I can go back and show every single one of them. They're all around 37, 36, 35. They're like her, hiding the age under their makeup. But you can't hide it. I can see the stress all over you. And men can see it as well.
To share something to you guys. Because I'm living by myself, so I want to talk to someone, but I have no one to talk. So I just want to talk to y'all. You know, sometimes I have a moment, just want to have a new boyfriend, or, you know, I would just tell myself, like, maybe I should go on a date, because I've been single, like, 3 years. So I'll be like, okay, maybe it's a time to go on a date, or have a new boyfriend. But every time when I open the message or social media, you know what I see? Like, every time I get a message or, like, the text from the guys, when I open it, I'll be like, okay, I'm really regret what I did. Because, you know, every time I open it, I will be like, oh, I like you, you're so beautiful, I want to go on a date with you, I really want to go, what time you want to meet, what do you like to eat? Like, dude, start asking me those questions, like, just pick a place and pick the time and send the Uber, come pick me up. Like, it's not that hard. You know, it's not hard. And, like, I hate people asking me those, like, 10,000 questions. And then, or, like, some people that text me, like, oh, I really like you. Or, but I don't use, like, Instagram a lot. Can you text me on, like, a number or Facebook or somewhere else? I mean, like, I would be like, what?
Oh, man. We have one, guys. I think she's from Vietnam or somewhere else. You can hear it. She's probably just came over to America, got caught up, swept up in a minor woman train. Here you have it.
This is the year I stay single. Because why did
Or not when they come back. When they come over, they're ruined.
this man ask me out on a date and I took it as a threat? Okay, so boom. I met this guy at an event. Super cool, real respectful. I gave him my number for networking purposes. We start chopping it up, talking about our personal lives a little bit. I tell him that my birthday just passed. Immediately, he's like, you gotta let me take you out for your birthday. Gives me a date, time, and place. My brain starts dodging it like, what do you need to see me for? Because historically, anytime I start entertaining men, I end up big, broke, and emotionally burnt out.
Trauma.
Which, yes, could be the men, but it also could be a skill issue. That's a conversation for another day. I've been single for 3 months. There's been so much forward momentum in every other aspect of my life that dating has just been such a non-factor. So when he asked me, a red flag obviously started waving. I really feel like the biggest threat to my progress right now would, 1, be losing discipline and momentum, and 2, getting wooed up. And I know some people will be like, oh, if he's a vibe and y'all are cool, then just go for the meal. Girl, I am not that hungry. I think I'm also at a point in my life where I don't want to the plot unless the return on investment is massive, and y'all know it rarely ever is. All of my friends are telling me I'm really deeping it. I don't know, y'all, is this some type of trauma response? Like, what if I don't go and that's the love of my life? Let me not get ahead of myself, but y'all, let me know what y'all think.
Man, this is exhausting though. Seriously. Because it's like the same situation all over again. It's a trauma response that's only going to lead to more trauma. What do I mean? Right? Look at her age, look at her face, and figure out how old she may be. I give her from 30 to 33, right? 4 years later, she's in the same boat with the rest. The cycle repeats itself. Men have been shouting this to the mountaintops for so many years, and it's not being heard. You know, I know you ladies hear it. And you know what you say? We don't hit the wall. Every time they say, this girl, they'll throw somebody out. Let me think of somebody. Maya. Look at Maya. We don't hit the wall. Meanwhile, Maya's going, she's hitting it. And why is she hitting it? because, yeah, she's hot. Yeah, she's in her 40s, but she still can't get a man, most likely because of her attitude, because of what she expects. Like you not wanting to date the guy. What are you
I
doing?
feared.
You are expecting. You're expecting the world. Like, and I showed you the lady. She said, "Well, I make $1,000,000, so I can pay $6,000, to for a matchmaker, because it's nothing to her, right?" Let a man had said that. What are you gonna say about him? Oh, but I make this money and da, 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 da. Oh, you trying to brag about the money you got. Or not that. Let that man that wanted to take you on a date said, "Well, I'm busy doing this. I'm making $1,000,000. I got $1,000,000." You would have been jumping to have that date. Or probably not, saying, "I can make a man of myself." And that's the problem. You're gonna grow old and alone, and it's happening now.
About a year now, and I am struggling so hard on these apps seeing certain profiles, and I'll explain what I mean. I feel more men are trying to appeal to other men than women, and it's hard for me and other women to gauge, number one, if there's someone that I can see long term, because the profile's so poor quality, and secondly, they're appealing to men by posting things that only men would like, or only men
Like what?
would stop and take a second glance at. Women don't care about you shotgunning a beer. I don't think that's attractive. I don't think that's...
I'm gonna pause it real quick. If the man is posting boys being boys, right? I don't agree that alcohol is boys being boys. But back in the day, when men were younger, that was boys being boys. And some men still believe in that, right? It's like a ritual with some guys. I'm not going to knock it. And you shouldn't knock it as well, right? So if a man drinks, just say you don't want to see a man drinking. That's something better to say. I don't want a man that drinks, because he's letting you know, I drink. Say that. That's something better right there. I don't want a man that drinks. I don't want you to show me you drinking alcohol. I want a man with class. That would be a lot better. And I'm going to skip this video because everything else you're going to say is irrelevant. Why? Because you didn't start off on the right foot and say, I can't stand a man that drinks. My father was a drunk. Like, give us that. I'll take it more to consideration. But what you're saying, no, get out of here. But this is the problem with most ladies, with all of them.
Understand that when you're in that season of getting your degree, elevating your, working on your personal growth, it's imperative that you stay single. Because a lot of these men are insecure and they will enter your life not to build with you, but to distract you, to drain your time, your energy, and to shift your focus. I hear too many women.
I feel like those guys on Saturday feeling like they just flaying off like, and the wind is blowing them. That's how I feel now watching these videos. Like, I'm on the side of the road, like, the air blowing through me, like, I don't want to talk. I'm like, look.
Say, I failed out of law school. I failed out of nursing school. My GPA dropped. And when you trace it back, it wasn't the workload. It was a man. Single might feel lonely, but failure is far more expensive. And understand that loneliness is temporary, but a derailed future is permanent. So protect your peace, because love can wait, your destiny cannot.
Men are tired. With all those pieces on the side of the road with the wind blowing. You know how sometimes one arm blow up on its own, like, or both of them blow up and the whole body falls over. That's men. Because you ladies are your own distraction. And men are done. But yeah, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Other than that, peace out. See you next video.
The Iceman is coming!
Winter is here.